Welcome back. In our last episodes, our hearts were broken into a million pieces when Maisha passed, leaving us wondering what to do next. We needed to figure out if we were going to stay in Baja or go home. Nothing seemed right. It took us over 3 weeks and many miles of walking on the Malecon of La Paz and then the beach of Cerritos to process what happened, to grieve, and to realize we needed to find our new norm as a family of 2 instead of 3 now. We are finally back. When this comes out, it's gonna look like it's only been a week, but in reality, it's really been almost 3 weeks since our last vlog. And that was a really tough one for us. So over the last 3 weeks, we've just kind of been laying low, processing everything, and just kind of trying to keep ourselves busy.
Yeah, it's been tough, dealing with the loss of our pup. We spent about a week in La Paz dealing with taking her to the vet, trying to get her care, losing her, and then having to figure out what we were going to do with her while she was here. We ultimately ended up deciding on cremation, so we had to wait a couple days to receive her ashes so that we could take her home with us. And we just kind of obviously weren't in the mood to film or really do anything, so we weren't even being tourists in La Paz. So honestly, we just needed to get out of there. So right now you're catching us on our morning walk to Kimberly's, which is a little cafe, a market, and a pizza joint, we're gonna call it. And we're about to grab a morning coffee. This is our routine on days that we aren't in the water.
But in reality, the only reason why I want to go to Kimberly's is because the owner has 6 dogs and they're all adorable. So when he goes to get his coffee, I can love on all their dogs, which are really nice.
Yeah, and we're bad influencers. We're bringing bribes. We have treats in our pockets.
Maisha's treats, and they're good dogs. So we give them treats when we're there.
So they're getting the good stuff. We're getting some good pets and some loving on them, and grabbing some coffee before we start our day.
Last night, when we left Shaka's, which is a restaurant down the street, our 6 dogs were out, so we were petting one of them. And then all 6 of them followed us all the way back to our van loft. It was a party.
We weren't sure what we were going to do to shake them.
But they're all back here today, so it worked.
So basically, when we left La Paz, we had to choose which direction to go down to the bottom tip of the peninsula to Cabo, and we decided to head over to the Pacific side. So we're in Cerritos, which is actually known for being a great place to learn how to surf if you're a beginner, except the waves are quite large all this week.
Been huge, like record huge.
So there's apparently a very large swell going on right now all the way up the Pacific coast. So San Diego is having a lot of fun too. But like we just talked to an instructor today that we're going to rent our boards from tomorrow, and he was saying that the waves that they were riding out there, which we could clearly see were huge, were like 12 to 15 foot waves. Obviously we're not looking to touch those. We just want to ride the whitewash into the shore and get to know our balance and have some fun. But you take a pounding getting out there. So we've been doing a strategy
Basically every other day. Tomorrow's going to be our last day of surfing before we head to the next location.
Why are we doing every other day?
Because we're exhausted. And it's $20 a day times 2, so $40. So I'm like, if we're going to rent the boards, we're going to use them from 9:30 in the morning until 5 p.m. And then we're toast for the next day.
Yep. So then the next day becomes a recovery day. And then the following day we get back at it again. I mean, today would be the next day that we're in the water, but the waves are so big today we're actually skipping it. We're gonna go tomorrow. But my arm is tired right now just holding up this camera from all that paddling and getting beat up by the waves. We have basically been hanging out in Cerritos for like 8-9 days now. And for $10 you can park in the parking lot and you have access to the baños, which is always nice when you don't have a bathroom in your van. we're going on what might be our last beach walk in Cerritos. We've been here for quite some time, and honestly, it's probably been our go-to grieving activity. When we were in La Paz, we walked the Malecon a million times because we didn't really feel like doing anything else. When we've been in Cerritos, we've been taking 2 to 3 mile walks along the beach any day that we're not actually surfing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because like we always used to take Maisha for walks or what, because like that was always part of every day, but it's been very therapeutic to go for walks each day.
Yeah, we like to keep moving. We're not good at sitting still. So this is why we didn't go surfing today. It was 10 to 15 foot waves, and now it's a washing machine. Absolute washing machine. There's sideways waves, there's waves going towards the ocean. They're smashing together.
These guys are riding the waves.
These guys are riding the wrong way. It's so cool. The waves are literally converging. That is crazy. Oh my God.
We haven't been vlogging too much because we're still kind of sad and it's hard to vlog right now, but we are distracting ourselves by getting beat up by the ocean and learning how to surf.
A couple of people in the water today.
We didn't realize it, but when we started learning how to surf, that it was just the distraction we needed at the time. Learning how to surf taught us to be present in the moment, which temporarily cleared our minds of the grief that we were feeling. It felt good to be sore from being tossed around by the ocean all day, and at the end of the day, we were so tired that we could fall asleep instead of playing everything over and over in our minds. Coming to Cerritos allowed us to clear our heads and to reach a final decision that we were ultimately going to stay in Baja. Look at him go. This is our last full day at Cerritos Beach. Wiley is just putting some sunscreen on that face because we got a lot of sun the last day we were out.
I think the waves are still really big, so I think we're gonna stick to the little ones. Just working on technique.
We stick to the whitewash, and we're pretty much standing up most waves and starting to do some turns too. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, so Wiley is on the 8-foot foam board today.
Tried the 11, worked out pretty nice. Tried the 9,
yeah,
worked out pretty nice, and feel pretty good. So today and a little bit of yesterday, or a little bit of last time, I've been on an 8-foot foam board. I'm not necessarily taking bigger waves, I'm just more confident in the small waves.
So we just got done spending an entire day surfing, and that was
AKA getting beat up by the ocean.
that was our last day.
So now we're walking our way to
Shaka's.
I can't even think, I'm so tired right now. But since it's our last night and we are tired, we don't feel like cooking, so we're gonna go back to Shaka's, hang out, have a drink, have some food, and
go see Trace. So each town we're in, I basically get a favorite dog, And Trace by far is my favorite dog. So I think he's owned by the owners or someone that works there because he's there every time we go there.
Dre wants to steal him.
It's a popular watering hole in Cerritos. And all the dogs barking behind us are all the Kimberly dogs.
Careful.
Gracias.
And I go for the menu.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for following along in today's episode. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and feel free to comment below. We will get back to you. And in the next episode, we head to the mountains for some hiking and swimming in water holes to one of our favorite spots in Baja.